Hi, I'm Christian Guzman, and I approve of the Board Shorts and Banter podcast.
Hello there, people, and welcome to another episode of Christian Guzman's favourite bodybuilding podcast, the Board Shorts and Banter podcast, brought to you by WMBF Pro and also amateur bodybuilder Tom Stockton.
Yeah, you got that right, mate. Amateur bodybuilder sounds better, mate.
Oh, yeah. Right, tonight's episode, or this morning or this afternoon, depending on whenever you're listening to it, is all about first-time competitors, right? And my experienced bodybuilders, my experienced men's physique listeners, I don't want you to go, right, okay, this podcast isn't for me. What I want you to do, I want you to add in your thoughts, your feels, your input on the comment section on YouTube. Provide these first timers, these virgins, with as much juice as possible to get them ready for the stage.
Yeah, because there's honestly, like, you can never like hammer it home enough, like how many things you'll come across in your first show that you just didn't realize or like you didn't think about. And even like now when I compete, I'm like, there's stuff I'm like, I'm learning new things all the time. So yeah, share them down below because there's plenty of juicy stuff to go over, isn't there, Josh?
Yes, there is. Disclaimer as well, me and Tom have not actually prepared anything. Just before we click start, we said, what shall we do this podcast on? And then we said, we'll make it a special one for first-time competitors.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, first and foremost, though, little update on the boys, because it is now, how many days? It's 13 days exactly to the day until NBW Classic.
It is.
How are your boys coming along?
My boys are coming along really, really well. Very positive check-ins from everyone today. How many have I got? 5 or 6 competing? Mm-hmm. I'm really rubbish with numbers. I think it's because I truly don't care how many there are. Yeah. I care about the individual person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Coming along really well. It feels like everything's coming together now, and there's the first hurdle of the season is about to be leaped over, and everyone's going to have a great time and be competitive, I hope.
So every single... You've had boys on stage before, haven't you, that are doing the show, but they've never placed?
So Tom and Jack Bennett have both competed. Tom Hermitage, my boy. They both competed but not placed, so they can compete as novices again, but obviously not first timers.
Yeah.
Which it's fine. I was just thinking, I need to talk about Phil. Shall we say that to the end of the podcast?
No, let's talk about it now. Come on,
mate, guys. So Phil, do you know that? Right, I messaged one of the judges that I know. Shout out to my boy Sim, and it was a split decision.
Mate, I said it was a split decision.
He was close.
It was a hair, dude. Like a hair decision between that. You already know my opinion on it.
Yeah.
And so I'll say my opinion first. So basically, Phil placed second, just missing out on his WMBF Pro card. Was there 3 guys in the class?
I think, I don't know what they did.
Or was that the overall, or was that just his height class?
That was his height class.
Mad.
They didn't include any of the novices in
for the pro card run.
Yeah. So it was like novice class, which was like stacked, had loads of people in. Then it was like short and tall, which barely had any. The standard were good, like not bad. I just had Phil winning, and I don't know if that's just my bias. I just thought he looked so much more muscular.
Mm-hmm.
He sent over the stage shots now, and like the guy that won, his posing was just terrible. Like he looked small. His posing was not good. Yeah, all right, it might have been more conditioned, but when someone is smaller, the muscles look more tightly compact, whereas when you're taller, it's more,
surface area.
Your chest fibers just look bigger because they are bigger. It made him look not as conditioned next to the smaller guy. But at the end of the day, I am absolutely delighted with how Phil looked. It's the best that he's ever looked, and I can't wait to post like the top quality photos and compared to previous years on Instagram, because it is wild how much improvements he's made. And like I've said in the past that posing coaching is a little bit of a crock of shite, despite having 2 posing coaches on the podcast. Kez has made such a big difference to Phil's posing. There were a few elements that I thought could have been a little bit different, but 99% was perfect. I'm only saying that so that Kez doesn't drop his standards and goes, "Oh, I'm really good. Listen what Josh said."
Did he moonwalk?
Mate, did he moonwalk? He did the worm. He came on doing the worm.
No, honestly, Kez, mate, if you're gonna get the boys to do a moonwalk, right? This is constructive criticism here. At least give them a slightly different moonwalk, all right? Couple toe taps, a little bit of a spin, something like that. You know, switch it up a little bit, man.
Yeah, you know what's that thing called? Where like people like jump and like bounce their heels together. They could do that and then straight into a moonwalk. That'd be class. Yeah.
Handstands, a lot.
So Phil's buzzing. I'm buzzing. I think we'll either go again next year or it'll be either next year in May or next year at the back end of next year or May 2026. But that boy's got quite a lot going on for the rest of this year, so there's no point, lining up another show because I think the only show that's in his area is like in New Zealand in October. And he's kind of getting married in October. So that might be a little bit of a spanner in the works.
Stage is always going to be there, isn't it?
Yeah. And like Phil's got the mindset that like it takes a couple of years to truly get in bodybuilding, where the more time you spend training, doing the not being a fat twat, like truly being a bodybuilder, the more time doing that, the better. So yeah. Next time he goes on stage, he's going to be even closer. If not, on the money.
If it's a split decision now, it's like a couple of years off. Obviously, again, this is the thing with bodybuilding, right? He could go away. The sad reality is he could go away, make even more improvements, come back and still lose.
Yeah.
And that's fucking bodybuilding. But ultimately, if you can put those photos together, right, and he's significantly better than what he was before, he's already won for himself. But bodybuilding is bodybuilding at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like in my eyes, it's a win. He's close. Yeah, I think if you put the guy that won and Phil into a pro lineup, Phil will probably place higher.
Yeah, this is what I said to you because obviously I'm not biased. Obviously, I've never even spoken to Phil. I've like briefly like messaged him and stuff like that, but I don't know Phil like you, so I'm not being biased. But in terms of like from the front to the back, again, it doesn't really matter me fucking saying this now because the decision's done, but it was just like the balance. So like Phil had a better back, and from the front they were very like close. Yes, the other guy may have been a little bit more conditioned, but as soon as he turned to the back, it's like, all right, Phil's back is miles better. From the front, it was like, okay, that guy's got better shape, but like they're still pretty even, in my opinion, because they both got their own strengths. Versus at the back, from the rear, it was just like a landslide. So that's why I would have given it to Phil. But that is bodybuilding, mate. At the end of the day, and you can't really, dwell on it.
I think one of his feedback things was his posing in some shots made his waist look a little bit blocky, which, Phil's 6 foot odd. He's a big guy. Like on stage, I think he were about 86 kilos. That's massive.
Yeah. That's
so
big.
His waist is obviously not going to look teeny tiny at that size.
No.
And then he just needs to bring up his arms to match his chest and his delts, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, he's a built lad. He is a built lad.
Yeah. Mate, you should see his legs.
Yeah.
If his legs came in like his upper body does, it's bodybuilding all day. All day. I wouldn't even entertain the idea of board shorts, but genetics play a massive part. So, yeah. Well done, Phil. Very proud of you, mate. Next time. Next fucking time.
No rush, mate. No rush. Maybe I will still see Phil on stage.
I think you will.
Going for that pro card.
Do you know what my dream is now?
What?
My now dream. And
dream.
This now dream is making me think next year isn't the year for me to compete.
Right.
I want to have, the next time I go to the Worlds or whatever, I want it to just be amazing. And to me, amazing would be being up there with you, Phil, Tam, Kez, the boys. I just need to figure out a way of fixing it. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That would be like a Team GB right there.
Yeah. And Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, an Aussie boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah. Maybe don't maybe don't compete next year, mate.
Or do both.
Or do both. Yeah, you're at that point now, mate. You can, mate, you're the champ, mate. You can just compete every year now.
I've over the weekend I planned out the rest of this year in terms of like, bulking, cutting, maintaining, all that kind of crap. And I will be doing a cut August, September, October.
Okay.
Right. I don't intend on getting much bigger than what I am now because
Right.
I'm getting stronger. My physique looks so much better than last time I was at 90 kilos.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it'd be quite funny, just go on holiday. Oh, there's a show in New Zealand. All right, sweet sound.
That'd be sick. How heavy was you at peak off season last year?
95.5 kilos.
And you shifted how much weight?
About 20 kilos to my lowest.
Fucking mate, if you had like 10 kilo, like half that, like have like 10 kilo to lose to get on like into competition shape, that would be easy. And
I competed.
You could still be productive at like 10 kg above stage weight.
I'm so productive now. This is what's making me rethink like how much do I need to push up? Probably not much more than what I'm at now. I look good. I look all right. Still got some ab definition. I'm like 90. I'm balancing between 90 and 91 kilos. I could knock 8 kilos off in 10 weeks. Easy. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, all right, I'm in striking distance now.
Yeah, mad. Absolutely mad.
But I'm not competing this year. I'm just putting that out there now.
Just staying in striking distance. It's different for me. Like obviously, I'm just weight moves weight, mate. That's the philosophy we're going with now. And we're not going to be pushing much higher than like 92, 93 probably. And I'll be big at that weight. But ultimately, like we're giving myself enough time to be able to pull down body weight like well in advance so that I haven't got 20 kilos to lose, because that's just too much in my opinion.
Yeah.
Versus if I've got like 12, 13 kilos to lose, easy. I'll do that in like 11 weeks. Yeah.
Does Lewis have like a plan with how long he wants you to maintain peak off-season weight for?
So we're going to be probably pushing this towards, similar to you, mate, in the sense of like pushing it towards the end of this year, getting into a bit of a cleanup phase, and then we'll have a good probably 3 or 4 months there, just pushing up back up a little bit, getting food into a good place.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be a case of obviously just entering prep then. And again, I won't be starting prep with 20 kilos to lose on 12 kg. I'd love that. Absolutely love it. Be easy. Do you know what? I'm 21 kilos up from my lowest point on prep.
Mate, so you got 21 kilos to lose, because everyone knows natties don't gain stage weight.
Mad. Well, saying that as well, like not only do I not want as much weight to lose, like we know now that I know stage weight doesn't matter, but when I pushed down past 73 kg, I just didn't look good. Versus I'm looking back on photos now when I was 74 kilos and that was nails. So yeah, 74 kilo, mate. I'm not going past that. I'm not going lower than that. Yeah.
Great. Right. Let's bring it back round to first time competitors. And I think in all of that, there was a little bit of gold that I just want to chip out and grab. Right.
Go on, grab it.
And that is stage weight truly does not matter.
Nope.
It does in hindsight, you can look back and go, oh, I looked my best at that point. But that is again, backs up my point. The thing that matters most in a bodybuilding show is looking like a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever weight that happens to be, that's the weight that, well, you just stay at that condition or you just hover around that condition. Trying to get down to I'm going to, there's two mentalities that people have. They either go, right, I'm going to get absolutely inside out, peeled, shredded and kill myself. Or they go, I'm not dropping below 80 kilos. I've not weighed that much since I was 9 years old.
Due to that fear of looking small.
Yeah. It's okay then. Don't drop under 80 kilos or whatever weight it is that you've got in your head as a barrier and look out of shape on stage.
Yeah. And look smaller because you're out of shape.
Yeah. Has there been a point in your bodybuilding where you've been, well, obviously last prep, you obviously went, quite light.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that you was just thinking, I'm out of shape, I need to push for more? Or did you have in your head, I need to get down to X weight because that's what I weighed way back when?
So I was like, okay, if my previous stage weight was in 2021 when I last competed, I hit 69 kg, right? So I was like, all right, well, if I'm pushing down to 68 kg, then I know 100% there's going to be more muscle mass there and I'm just going to be inside out. So that was kind of gauging off of that, and it was the wrong thing to do in hindsight. But yeah, so I did have a number in mind just because again, if I'm getting down past where I was 2 years ago, I know I'm going to be more conditioned, and I was way more conditioned, but again, that just didn't warrant that right look, especially for like men's physique. It just didn't warrant the right look. But yeah, like I know what you mean though. When you're getting down past 60, 70 kg, and I'm like, holy shit, I've not been this weight since I was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
It does. It's very easy to like
It's-
want to take the foot off the gas.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like when you're approaching that way, you're like, oh my God, should I be doing this? Am I losing all my muscle? It's like, come on. No, you're not. This year I've only had one. I've only really had one of my boys that's been a little bit hesitant about dropping under a certain weight. But I think, once you do drop under it and you don't lose all your muscle and you weirdly end up looking bigger and more muscular, being lighter.
Yeah.
Again, there's a fine line there. There is a point where you end up looking like a swimmer. But obviously, when you see yourself at this lower weight that you didn't want to get to, looking ridiculous, you're like, fucking, yeah. How far can we take it? And then it's just taking it to the point where you look like the best version of yourself on a bodybuilding stage, rather than just, I'm going to absolutely fuck myself up.
Yeah. Poison, like, case in point as well, is like, all right, who are the top guys? Even like, it's not men's physique, but like in open bodybuilding right now, the Olympia, the top 2 guys in the world are both X212 competitors, Derek Lunsford and Hadi Chupan. So they're like literally the lightest guys on stage, and they're fucking rinsing everyone.
Crazy.
You know? So like, and like, even when you compete in the PCA, you are literally one of the lightest guys on stage.
I don't know about that, mate.
Well, I know I am anyway, but you are obviously light in comparison. If you've got to look at some of the size of some of those boys, mate. But it's just, it doesn't mean shit, you know?
See, this is the thing with me and PCA. I always end up in the medium or the short class. I've never been in tall.
Right.
So I've never looked, well, maybe the first time that I did a PCA show, I did look quite small then. But since then, I've always, looked as though I've held my own on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say like the first year that I competed, I was a little bit. My stage weight was like 8 kilos for the first show, and then I was like, I don't really want to drop any lower than 80. And then I did, and I was like, oh, I'm glad that I have.
Yeah. On your first time competing, don't even fucking worry about a scale. Because I've had people come to me, right? Like, for instance, like a dieting phase. I'm like, okay, like, what weight have you been previously when you looked your best? Right. And they're like, oh, yeah, I was pretty damn shredded at like X, Y, Z, like weight. And I'm like, okay, cool. You get down to that point, like, this person, you're not in good shape. Like, this is not like good quality. Like, so it's all subjective. Like, when you're getting into competition shape, you always lose a lot more weight than what you think you will do. So for your first show, don't even worry about it. Like 2, 3, 4 like seasons in, yeah, that's when you can really start to like, draw things together and actually shoot for certain body weights, because when you look your best, when you look your worst, etc., etc. So yeah, first timers, don't even worry about that.
Yeah,
at all.
I think how the natural bodybuilding season is set up this year, particularly for the first time, is how you've got MBW, PCA, WMBF. I think there's a little bit of a misconception that you have to look the absolute tits for every single show. Mm-hmm. And like anyone that's done a multiple show season will know that your look will change as the year goes on, as the season goes on. So if you don't look your absolute best first time out, don't let that dishearten you, because you have got enough time between these shows to make the improvements necessary to be more competitive. In 2021, when I won my pro card, I came second at the UKDFBA British to Bobby. And then 2 weeks later, I went and won the overall at the WMBF in a much higher standard show, because I made such massive improvements in 2 weeks. Like, can you remember, Tom?
Mate, Heart of England, mate. I was not gonna lie, mate. I was a lot more conditioned than you. You were fat and you beat me, mate.
I will say this until I'm blue in the face. I had COVID. I was isolated for 2 weeks, bro.
I had COVID and cellulitis in my leg, mate. No excuses. And I still got in condition, mate. I had 2 things go wrong. But nah, yeah, you got so much better after that show as well.
Yeah.
Like, significantly better. I saw you and I was like, what the fuck has he done? What have you been running, mate? What have you been... What have you been running?
I've been running myself into the ground.
Yeah. So yeah, like, you know, typically like to expect to come in absolutely on the money, apart from if you're my clients, to your first show, then you know, don't expect that. Bring your best, yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
like you're gonna
It's
learn.
relative, isn't it?
There's going to be something that you need to improve, whether it's your
Yeah.
condition, whether it's your fullness, whether it's your posing, whether it's your stage presence, whatever it is, there's going to be something.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, the season is long enough to you know, make the improvements. So yeah, just don't be disheartened. Enjoy the process.
Should we talk about judges' feedback?
Yeah, we can do.
There's going to be a lot of you guys, right, that look or ask for judges' feedback. Typically, for the WNBF, for the UKFBA, you're not going to get any, really, unless the judges themselves contact you, which I've had in the past. But in general, the PCA, I don't know if PCA will give feedback, but it's very shit
so
feedback.
PCA's got like a scoring system for each person. Did you get the email feedback from them?
Nope.
It's quite good. So they're basically just like score you on conditioning, score you on stage presence, all that kind of stuff. Let me see if I can find mine. PCA, thanks for your registration. Feedback reports.
Yeah, but like a lot of people are going to be stressing and trying to get like feedback from judges, but like at the end of the day, for a first time show, the feedback that you're going to get is you need more size. What?
I'm just reading my brutal feedback, bro.
Okay, go on.
Do you want me to read it? You possess some great attributes, including an excellent individual eye walk with great confidence, excellent conditioning showcasing your physique well, a high level of development and muscularity. Your physique strengths were chest and upper back. We would appreciate seeing some improvements in your delts and overall muscularity whilst maintaining great symmetry. Nice. In conclusion, well done for stepping on the PCA stage today, and with the improvements mentioned, things can only get better.
Why? Fair play to the PCA though, mate. There's not a lot of feds that do this kind of stuff.
The amount of competitors they have, and they're able to do that for each person. I know it's going to be quite generic. There's going to be a few copy and pastes, but it's the thought. They've done something there. Mm-hmm. And I will grow my delts. I will. And I'll maintain symmetry and balance.
I really want to see us on stage together, mate. I want to see my delts next to yours. That's all I care about. It's just the delts.
So when everything else gets beat, are you okay? Because
yeah. As long as I've got the delts, mate. As long as I've got delts and jawline, I'm happy.
Yeah. I was looking at Tom's checking photos the other day, and I was like, he's going to do me on chest.
Oh, mate, Tam will do anyone on chest.
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. If I want to get beat by anyone on chest, it's Tam.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like feedback in general, like I wouldn't even stress about it as like a first timer. Like your general feedback you're going to get is get bigger, get leaner.
Get bigger, get leaner.
Yeah. That's literally all your feedback is going to be. So I wouldn't stress about that too much at all.
If on the odd chance your feedback is something like you would suit bodybuilding more than men's physique, you will see that on the photos afterwards. Like you will see the people that just, you should not be on a bodybuilder. You should not be on a men's physique stage. You should be doing bodybuilding. Can you remember, he's a PNBA pro. He's called Mitch Jarvis.
He's
fucking sick. He's so good.
He's like an ex
gymnast.
Yeah. Freak.
Yeah, that's it. It was like Jesus on the cross. You're right.
The Iron Cross, that's what it's called.
Yeah. So Mitch rocked up to the UKDFBA, I think it was either novice or whatever, and said that he was doing men's physique, and they were like,
no.
Yeah. So he was meant to be against me.
Thank fuck he wasn't.
Yeah, it meant to be against me or David. I can't remember what class he was meant to be in, but either way, I'm glad that he wasn't. Put it that way.
Hang on, he turned up to show day to do it.
Either show day or the day before show day to get tanned.
Right.
And they said, no, you need to do bodybuilding.
So what did he whack together? Just a bodybuilding routine?
Yes. Well, look, as a gymnast, you would imagine that he can move.
Yeah.
We'll try and get him on the podcast, mate.
Yeah.
Mitch, if you're listening, Mitch, just give us a heads up that you're into it, and you can come on and tell us the actual story. But from what I understand,
come back to men's physique.
Yeah, please don't. He then did bodybuilding won his class and won the overall, and won a British title at the first attempt and his pro card.
And then didn't he go? Hang on, didn't he go on to win like at the Olympia?
Last year he did the Worlds, the PNBA Worlds in Manchester, and he won that.
Mad. Some people just got it all, mate.
What
Gymnast.
else did he do? I think he did
Good-looking
like
lad.
Europeans.
I think he's like a teacher as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's having a baby. You know, like he's just one of them guys that you just look at and you go, oh,
Fuck you. Nah, you go, fuck you.
I'm so jealous.
I'm so happy for you.
For you. Such a good guy. This is so good on audio.
Yeah, I know. I hope people are enjoying it. But
yeah. Feedback.
Feedback, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Unless, like, again, like you may compete in men's physique and you may find out, guess what, you'd be better in classic or you'd be better in bodybuilding. So like this season for you is all about just finding your place, you know?
Yeah. I always think as well, men's physique is such a nice way of being introduced to the bodybuilding scene.
Yeah.
You've not got many poses, you've not got an individual routine. If you're nervous about being on stage in front of people, men's physique is pretty perfect.
Yeah. Unless you're unless you're butt ugly, then just get out of men's physique because it's pretty boys only, all right?
God damn.
God
That's
damn
half
it.
of our listeners just going, oh.
Sorry, guys. Oh.
Then the other half are just so deluded.
Yeah.
I'm gorgeous.
So I think we should segue on to let's talk about peak week, mate. Because it's literally just round the corner.
Magical peak week, you mean? Where everything magical and wonderful happens.
Yes. Where like 90% of your prep is actually, done in just peak week.
Tom, have you told all your boys to buy Peak Max?
No.
Good.
I have not.
Right,
just because it's got Peak Max on the tin, mate, doesn't mean it's fucking. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna look so good. Look at this. I got Peak Max. Right.
Yeah.
I am telling our lovely listeners. I'm telling you this from a place of love and concern. Please do not use Peak Max as a natural. Peak Max will make you look max flat.
Unless you've got
here we go.
A lot of muscle.
Even then, mate, you just end up dehydrated as fuck. Have you took Peak Max?
Yes, I have.
When?
Last year.
When? For all the shows?
No, not all of them. Not all of them.
Which one did you not?
UK UP.
Oh, the one where you won the overall and look your best?
I'd say it's close to my best look. Yeah, close. Yeah, I didn't have Peak Max and I actually had a nice pie like a week before. And brownie and ice cream. And looked great.
Of course you did. Cheating on your diet. Louis is sat listening going, fuck's sake.
It's for my birthday, that was, mate.
Oh, great. Who cares? Who cares?
It was nice. But yeah, no, I did use Peak Max. I wouldn't want to use it again personally, just because again, like dehydrating yourself as a natural when you haven't got androgens coursing through your fucking veins to make you blasting full, right? You need all the fullness that you can get as a natural. And if you're just removing the water from your body unnecessarily or too much, then it's just not going to work in your favor.
Yeah. There is obviously that you will have water in your skin, right? And we are wanting to get rid of as much water from your skin as possible and drive it into the muscle. But taking loads of diuretics. So a few people might have the coach telling them, right, you're going to take 10,000 grams of vitamin C a day on the run up to show day. Again, in my experience, I've done this a few times. It's pretty pointless. You just find yourself pissing all the time. And every time I've done that 3 times, and I've had the night before the show, I've slept horrifically, and on show day had the worst headaches ever. That I think that ended up causing a negative impact on my look.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend taking dandelion root as a natural diuretic, just because again it's just that dehydration, and you need as much water in your muscle as possible. Mm-hmm. I'm much more of a fan of having a little bit of extra creatine the tiniest bit more creatine. It might be instead of 1 serving, you go for 2 for the day before and the day off show day.
Yeah.
But even then, if you don't need to do that.
I just don't think, mate, for your first show, you need to do anything fancy because, again, you haven't tried anything. So why would you throw the kitchen sink at it?
Mm.
It's like a slow piecing of things together, like over time. Like maybe on your 3rd show, 4th show, 5th show, start to like try different things. Like,
Yeah.
and you just compile then a little bit of a formula that's going to work for you. Because again, some people, I'm sure, mate, have taken like diuretics or a lot of vitamin C and looked fucking wicked. But I think, some people obviously don't. So it's obviously there's no one size fits all. But for like a first timer, like just keep it very, very simple. All I'm doing with my boys is running 3 days of relatively low carb, not even like 0 carb. I'm not fat loading them. I'm not doing anything like that. Literally just removing cardio. I'm literally just bringing the steps down the baseline, give them a few days of low carbs, getting nice and depleted, make sure that they're not stressed out, they're getting some good sleep in, and then just give them 3 days of a decent amount of carbs. Just load them up.
What's
and
a
then,
decent amount of carbs look like?
So for Will is going to look about probably around 750.
750 for 3 days in a row?
No.
Oh, spread out over 3 days.
750. No, it'll probably be it'll be about 650, and then probably 700, 750, and then we're going to bring him right back down to like 5. Dude, he can eat. The boy can eat. Trust me.
Okay.
Bring him back down to maybe like, I don't know, 400 on like the day before show, but it's just going to be based off the look. And yeah, just freshen him up. Just fill him up with carbs, freshen him up, and then obviously if he's spilled over on like say the Saturday, just reduce his food down, let him dry out.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple.
Fair enough. I'm just a fan of a very small, tiny linear load for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So 3-4 days out, start bumping the carbs up a little bit. If the look improves post workout, go to a point where you think, oh yeah, well maybe a little bit too soft, and then just reduce carbs slightly, and then on show day it should even itself out and look fantastic.
What would you do for what would your typical approach be to show day food? Okay, 2 scenarios, right? So say for instance, what time do you reckon the boys are going to be on as well?
I reckon around 3-4 o'clock.
3-4 o'clock. So you got a client, they wake up and they're looking a little bit flat.
I would typically, so for the day before show day and on show day, I'd go quite low protein. Just how I've done it the last few years, and again, it's worked quite well. And then just whatever the most amount of food they've been having on the run up or like throughout peak week in one meal. So that might be 100 carbs, 10 fat, 30 protein. Then have 1 or 2 meals of that, and then it would just be a case of like 30 or 40 grams of protein about 2 hours before going, grams of carbs even before going on stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a couple meals in the morning, fill them out a little bit more, give it time to digest, and then just run. And so then on the other side, then the flip side to that, if they woke up and they felt they looked a little bit like soft, a little bit spilled, a few too many carbs the day before. Yeah,
just keep water intake in.
Pro fats?
Not, yeah. But I'd always keep a little bit of carbs in just to, help the uptake of the protein and the fats.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just make sure that they don't look shit in about 10 hours time.
That's always good. Just making sure they don't look shit.
Sometimes make people run around the car park just to get the carbs burning.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like if someone is like genuinely like looking soft on show day, just go out for a walk. just burn off the extra energy that is stored underneath your skin. It's as simple as that.
Simple as that. What else, Tom? What are the things? What are the factors? Tan.
Skin preparation.
Skin prep.
Skin prep should be starting now.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is a really good time. Like, if you're listening to this is your warning to start the skin prep now.
I can't express the difference. So like when I competed last year, my skin prep was very good because I'm a little bit obsessive about things like that. I like to make sure I do it right. And I know Hugh, if you're listening to Hugh, he didn't do as well of a job with his skin prep. I think he got a little bit confused with it. And like the difference when the tan was on was a joke. So obviously, you'd be wearing like a t-shirt or you'd go sleep at night, and like a lot of his tan would come off, and it purely just because like you haven't prepped your skin properly. So what would your advice be then for skin prep? What do you do?
So from 10 days out, if you've been, or 10 days, maybe even a little bit longer, if you've been using the sunbeds, I would say to stop using the sunbeds from that time. I would strongly recommend to go for a non-scented, non-like,
Moisturizer.
um, moisturizer or shower gel or whatever. I always recommend Sanex Natural, which is like a clear shower gel,
Yeah.
unscented. You're not going
Sanic
to
Zero
smell
stuff, yeah.
you're not going to smell amazing, but you're going to smell well. It's not about smelling, is it?
Yeah.
It's about making sure the tan goes on well. So yeah, start doing that from about 10 days out, and then when do I normally do my hair removal? About 3 days before.
hmm
So I would do 3 days before. And my tactic is to cover yourself in V, get some exfoliating gloves, and just rub every inch of your body so that the hair comes off. Works a treat. Takes about 20 minutes rather than an hour.
Yeah, and please, if you are using Veet, just do a spot test like a good
Yeah.
few days in advance, because some people just don't
Where do you
react well with it.
recommend they do it?
What, the spot
The
test?
spot test.
Right on their fucking penis, mate.
I was going to say testicles is a really good spot to.
Testicles, because it's really nice and sensitive. You know, it's the best place to test.
Hey Tom, we do have some females as well. Do you want to give the females some recommendations for their spot test?
Yeah, gooch.
Oh, I was going to say head.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, on the scalp.
Scalp, right?
Scalp.
Like around here, the top, just a little blob. Just leave it and then give it a rub and see how much hair falls
like
out.
there's plenty of hair there to cover it up if you do have like a reaction, you know, and it's fine.
Yeah.
A little clump of hair coming out, no bother.
Yeah, it's nothing. You'd rather have a clump of hair come off your head than a big rash on your body.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
bodybuilding. Don't get judged on your hair, bro.
No, but like, so the goal with skin prep is to make the skin dry. Essentially, you want to remove all dead skin cells. So basically, like, your body sheds skin every single day, but a lot of that skin is going to sit on top of your fucking, existing skin. So you want to rid of that, because if tan is sat on top of skin that has not been removed and it's dead, the tan's just gonna come off. It's not gonna stick. It's gonna be all patchy. It's gonna be inconsistent. Versus if you can get your skin nice and exfoliated, nice and dry, the tan is just gonna stick real nice to it. All right, your tan, essentially, like a few days after your show, your tan should be hard to come off. It shouldn't come off very easily, because then you've done a good job of your skin prep. And then like as Josh said, like, you don't want to be using any deodorants, you don't want to be using any soaps, any kind of perfumes or anything like that, because you can get some weird reactions with the tan. Like
at what point?
This is like I would say remove all kind of like moisturizers and like perfumes and whatnot, like a good like 3-4 days out.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And then when you're washing in the shower, again, like keep exfoliating. Don't exfoliate too much to the point where your skin's red raw. Keep exfoliating, and then just using that Sanex Zero. Just because, again, it's got no moisturizers in it, it's got no perfumes, no kind of shit really.
Did you use that Sanex Zero?
Yeah, I use Sanex Zero, and I use Sanex Zero all year round, mate.
Oh, that's disgusting.
No. And then I've got
I'm I just want to not smell nice.
Yeah. I'm natural, bro. I'm natural. I don't use any enhanced fucking body washes. Come on.
Enhanced foam burst, imperial leather. Fuck that, bro.
No, I use like Zero soap bars. They're actually really good as well, mate.
Oh, here we go. Use discount code.
No.
Use discount code Mo10 because I'm Mo's best friend.
No. Yeah, I've got sensitive skin. I'm a sensitive guy, so I need to be careful for like skin prep. So I just make sure that I don't use anything that irritates me. Yeah, I've seen people I've seen their tans and their armpits, mate, react and go like green.
Oh, mate. Right. Tom Hermitage will obviously be listening to this podcast. He sent over some check-in photos the other day doing his ab shot, and his armpits, because he'd put some fake tan on, they were like green. Like, mate, what on earth have you done? He was like, I put some fake tan on the other day. Before we did the little meetup.
Was it?
Yeah. Like, yo, Thomas. So there's none of that now, mates. We've got a bloody show to prepare for.
I love that. Yeah,
very funny.
Whatever you do, please, if you're doing the hair removal cream, oh my God.
Hair removal cream.
Don't do it. Right, what I did is I used rubber gloves because I was like, I need to protect my hands because I've got sensitive hands. I don't want that shit on my hands for too long. I used rubber gloves, right? And I think like the action of like rubbing the Veet into my skin with the rubber gloves on, it perforated my skin, and I had the worst chemical burns on my armpits ever, mate. Blisters, skin was hanging off.
When was that?
That was before the WP show, UK UP show.
Oh, crikey.
Mate, dude,
Jesus.
if you zoom in on my stage photos, all my armpits are red raw.
I have had a dollop of Veet fall on my tallywhacker.
Oh, nice little chemical burn on it.
Just a little bit, just above the actual, apparatus.
Right, got you.
Yeah, just above it. Good
Got
times.
away with that one then.
Just had a nice, bold patch, bold burn, whatever you want to call it. Good times.
So, tan, things to consider. It is important. It is very, very important. You don't want to get in shape and then have a shit tan, people. So pay attention.
Yeah. It's one of them things you'll look back at the photo, it just piss you off. So please listen to your Uncle Tom and Uncle Josh.
And take some glaze with you, I would say.
Oh, I'm just getting onto this.
Yeah.
Just getting onto this. Right.
Because typically my experience is like they're glazing so many people, they just fly over. They just fly over. They don't really put too much attention to it. Sometimes it's really good, but like again, you don't want to leave the control in someone else's hands completely, in my opinion. Just take your own glaze. All right. And then
take
if you need
your own goddamn glaze.
Yeah, 100%.
So glaze. The next thing that I'm going to talk about.
You are the glaze king, mate. I'm still a rookie, mate. I've never nailed it.
You're going to see my boys step on stage and you're going to go, what's that glaze that you've got? And I'm still not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell anyone. It's top secret.
Hot stuff.
No, I've got some more stuff that I put on with hot stuff.
You're not telling me?
No, I'm not telling anyone. Not telling anyone.
Fucker. Come on.
I've got loads of it as well. And I'm going to get a restock about 2 weeks into the season because my boys are going to look like sticky ribs on stage.
I'm going to force this out of you, mate.
No, never, ever, ever, ever. Right, hot stuff. Hot stuff. If you have not used hot stuff before, I recommend using it before show day.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to say this, right? Like, again, if you haven't used something before, don't leave it to chance on the day of your show.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know how you're going to react to it. I've never used that. I'm scared. I'm scared to use it.
I'm scared. Oh, hi, I'm Tom and I'm scared. I'm Josh. I'm not scared. If you get it wrong, it will bite you in the arse. Either one of two things will happen. Number one, you will get so pumped and then you will flatten off because you are so pumped. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say one word and one word only. Germany. The second thing will happen. You will be absolutely fucking boiling. It is so hot, especially the more you put on. It's not the more cool you look. Oh, yeah, I look great. The more hot you get. I have seen photos of me backstage with like bright red eyes because I am so warm. Warm.
Yeah, but that does run the risk, though, of making you sweat and ruining your tan.
Yes, it does. It does. So if you are going to use hot stuff, use it prior to the show. And when you are using it at the show, do not be stupid. Do not be bloody stupid. You need hot stuff and the show shine glaze. Yeah.
Is that the secret?
No. That's not the secret. That's the common people thing.
You're gonna get dream tan on your boys, aren't you?
No. Tom.
Shine.
Better,
I'll find it. I will find it.
Better than dream tan.
Huh? Better than
what
dream
I've
tan?
got is better than dream tan. And it's not banned.
I know what you're going to do. Do you know like they do with cars and they like ceramic coat them? You're going to ceramic coat your clients and then get the buffer wheel out on them. Go over them all.
Shit. Is Annabella told you?
Polish them like a bowling ball.
Yeah. That's it. It's called the bowling ball protocol.
Granite worktop protocol. I like it.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, glaze.
Pumping up.
Yeah.
What little toys do you take with you?
Oh,
hello.
Oh,
I just borrow Nicola's toys.
Toys for pumping up, for getting nice and hard. I would recommend taking bands and dumbbells, because when you go backstage there is going to be stuff there, but everyone's like fighting for it, and like typically you can end up stealing someone's stuff. So yeah, take some resistance bands, just like varying like thickness of band, and then just take some, like, I don't know, in terms of dumbbells, 5 kgs 5 kgs, 10 kgs, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll be taking, 5s and 10s.
Mhm.
I do have another secret weapon, but I'm keeping this to myself until, obviously, you will end up seeing it at the MBW Classic and you'll go, what the fuck is that? And Annabella reminded me of it the other day. She's
I
like,
know what it
tell
is.
Phil to get one of these before he competes. I was like, you are a genius.
I know what it is.
What? What the hell's that?
Shake weight.
No.
Do you know what shake weight is?
No.
Such shake weight.
No. Is it one of them? I've
Yeah,
seen
literally, you
it's
can't
like
even
that, isn't
believe
it?
it's a shake weight. It was like a big thing in like the 90s.
I've just realised as well. Us doing that, that's going to be Masked Iron's
Yeah,
screenshot for today's episode.
fuck's sake.
Great stuff.
Shake weight, mate.
Oh dear. Right. Yeah. So dumbbells, bands. I would also say a few days before, so like maybe your last pump up session, just to do like a bit of a pump up rehearsal.
Mhm.
So take your bands, take your dumbbells to the gym, or just use ones there,
Yeah.
obviously, and just practice what you're going to do on stage or before going on stage. I've said it to my boys. It's no secret. I always suggest big muscle groups first, so chest and back, and then the closer you get to the stage, start on your delts, start on your arms, triceps. You don't want to be doing really anything on your calves. It's a little bit of a waste, or not even calves, just legs in general.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a waste of time, and you're just going to get yourself all hot and bothered. And yeah, on like the moments before you're going on stage, if they have you stood around at any point, keep your socks on your feet, keep your feet warm. And if you are stood around, like for 5-10 minutes, push-ups, close push-ups, do whatever. Do not let yourself go cold. Once you lose the pump, it's going to be quite difficult to get it back. So yeah, keep warm, keep moving, keep the pump.
Yeah, keep your pump, but at the same time, don't get out of breath. I'd say if you're getting out of breath and getting a bit of a huff and puff on during your pump up, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
Just feel the muscle. So yeah, pump up. There's your equipment. Take stuff with you. Don't do too much. There's your tan. Okay, this is a good one. Things to bring with you on show day.
Pre-workout.
Pump pre-workout. Salt.
Do you not recommend stim?
Stim? Oh, you can
Stim?
do. You can do. Yeah, why
Just
not?
get absolutely wired on stage.
Yeah, just a big scoop of MV pre, fail the drugs test.
Yeah.
Now it is. Hang on, wait there.
Oh, here we go. Oh, what are you doing, Tommy? Knock your mic over. Uh-oh.
There we go. Disaster
Oh.
averted. So yeah, things to bring on show day. I would say cold bag for all your food, all your meals. Bring that with you. Bring yourself a towel, which you'll probably need for tanning and all that kind of stuff. If you're driving a car with leather seats, please, for the love of God, put some towels down on your seats in your car, because I didn't do this and I've got cream leather in my car and completely fucking covered it, everything in it.
I've got to say this quietly because Annabella's in the next room. Our toilet seat it's not looked the same since.
Really?
Yeah. But Annabella faked answer. I can kind of blame her for it, but I do think it's me.
Is it slightly stained?
Mate, next time you come round, I'm going to show you. It does not look well. It looks slightly green.
Oh my God.
It's got two ginormous arse cheeks, so it's most definitely mine.
Yeah, there's glutes of steel, mate.
Yeah.
What else would you say to bring to show day? So towel, you got your cool bag for all your food, you got your salt, you got your pre-workout, your pump formula.
Baggy clothes.
Yeah, baggy clothes. Don't wear tight clothes, wear baggy clothes.
Yeah.
Sliders, bring your belly
Sliders.
sliders. Bring multiple pairs of underpants.
Why?
As well as that, because, if
Have
you
you got the poo protocol? Yeah.
shit yourself because of the nerves. Also, if you go into if you stay in like an Airbnb or a hotel, right? One thing I never did this in my first season was getting the bed sheets in the hotel like minging, like disgusting, because obviously you're going to be getting your tan on a Saturday and then you're going to be sleeping at a hotel or an Airbnb on the Saturday night, obviously day before show. So take some bed sheets with you, or take loads of towels that you can put all over the bed. just so you don't make a fucking mess of everything.
I wouldn't care too much about that.
Would you not? I'm too nice.
Yeah,
Clearly.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Yeah.
I've used like the hotel towels or the Airbnb towels to like put on the bed because I like forgot. But it's just a disaster in the morning. You wake up and there's tan everywhere.
Yeah, look, I've probably played with fire here. I've not had any issue. I've got tan everywhere and not had any issues.
Right.
I've not been fined.
Right, that's lucky.
That is lucky, I think.
I would be precautionary.
Yes,
100%.
yes.
What else to bring on show day, Josh? Headphones.
Headphones.
100% headphones, just chill out.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, mate.
Yeah.
I think we've nailed that.
Yeah, board shorts. Bring your board shorts.
Oh yeah, board shorts. Oh, I always take a number 2 pair of board shorts.
Yeah.
And obviously, remember your board shorts because you will be surprised how many people actually forget the board shorts. It blows my mind.
I got to a show day once without my board shorts, left them at the Airbnb.
Why does this not surprise me?
What do you mean?
I bet you remembered your bloody cookie dealers for after.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. Of course I did, mate. The important stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
But yes, what else? What else for first timers, mate?
I don't know, but I have got some questions, and one of the questions is from a guy called Curtis Clifford, who I believe might train at your gym. I might be wrong, so Curtis, please don't shoot me. The question is quite a lengthy one, so please may I have your full undivided attention, Mr. Stockton. Hello, Mr. Croggan. A big fan of the podcast, but always miss the question box. So going to ask on here in hope you remember come Tuesday. Well, actually, we're recording on a Monday, so haha, Curtis. Looking to compete for the first time this year with the goal of starting prep in a couple of weeks' time. However, I cannot see that any first-timers shows fall around the October window. I have my eye on. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. What would your thoughts be on somebody who has never competed before, not doing a first timers category and going straight to open or novice class? I'm by no means an elite athlete who is too good for first timers, let me assure you. But based on timeline mapped out, can't see any other first timers shows. Would you say it's more beneficial to get your arse handed to you in open class as opposed to testing the waters with first timers? So realistically, where you stand. And level of progress required. Thanks as always, champ. And as I say, loving the podcast content. Salute. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis. I would suggest if you're like dead set on competing and it's not a first timer show, just don't deep it. Like at the end of the day, like when you walk off stage anyway, you're only gonna have to get better.
Yeah.
It's like wherever you place is wherever you place. So just don't even ever fucking think it at all.
Yeah, look, this being really honest, whether you do a Two Bros Pro Qualifier, which obviously you can't do as your first show, or the MBW Classic, no matter what, you are going to come off and you are going to have to improve the same amount regardless of your placing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. For one, I competed in the Open in an untested show for my first outing, and I won. So don't think it's going to be like, I'm going to get my arse handed to me. If you go in with the attitude of, I'm going to get my arse handed to me, you probably will. Yeah. Just go in thinking, I'm going to do my absolute best and see where your absolute best places you on whatever stage it is that you choose to stand on.
Because if you like, it doesn't matter. If you love the process of it and you enjoy the show day and whatnot, like that's all that matters. You will go back to it. It's not necessarily like you're going to lose and you're going to absolutely fucking hate it. Like if that is the case, then it's not the sport for you. If you do it and you come dead last and you're still like, fuck yeah, that was sick. Cool. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
My God, I love that. It was so good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't deep it, mate. Just fucking send it. If there's no shows there, don't just send it.
I was talking to a chap that I trained with at the gym today about whether he should do a first-timer show or an open show as his first outing. And I said, the only real difference between a first-timer show and an open show is that they might do a little bit more hand holding in the first timers show.
Mhm.
The judges might take their time a little bit more, telling you, right, guys, I know it's all your first time. Don't be nervous. Stop for a second. Have a breather. Like, they're going to be so much more understanding than if you go and do the most competitive PCA regional show of the year, like say the
Yeah.
PCA Yorkshire or Midlands.
Nah, Midlands, 100%.
bro.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Sweet.
And again, it doesn't matter because anyone can turn up, regardless if it's a first timers or not. Have you got more questions? I got a few.
Mate, I've got a few.
Should we take turns?
Yeah, ladies first.
Mr. Will Kempsford, my boy. Weirdest thing to happen to your body on prep: reactions, dizziness, etc., etc.
I would say the migraines that I had when I first started competing were really quite bad.
Why do you reckon that was?
I'm just so dehydrated.
Right.
Popping, like I said earlier, popping vitamin C and dandelion root like there were Tic Tacs. It was stupid. I just had the worst headache ever. Someone gave me an aspirin. First time I'd ever had an aspirin.
Mm-hmm.
Could have killed me.
Literally. Yeah.
Could have been allergic.
Weirdest thing to happen to me was the very last show of the year, WNBF, my face literally ballooning on stage. That was so weird.
Yeah, I thought it looked quite cool, mate. You're
Get
like
out
Quagmire.
Giggity. Literally, mate. It was awful. But yeah, that was the weirdest thing. Just feeling my face like inflating on stage was not cool.
Did you ever at all during prep or even in your off season, have you ever suffered with chafing?
Bro, literally within the last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. First time ever. I'm seeing it as a positive.
Yeah. I would see it as a positive. Fuck me, it hurts.
Dude, like just at the top, just like where your trousers seem just, start. Oh, bro, it's horrible. Yeah, literally last week, I was walking around a front line the other day with like a cowboy, mate, like legs like splayed apart like this. I was like, ow.
How they doing, everybody?
The last time I had a bit of chafage, mate, when I was like 12 years old, and I used to wear like 16-year-old trousers because I was just a fat little round bull. So that was the last time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so chafing's normal. Oh, that's good. Someone has asked, Matty Korecki has asked, thoughts on nicotine use during prep? Thoughts?
Never used it.
Did you pick up vaping or anything on prep?
Nope. I tell you what, though, I did walk by a shop a couple of times. I was so in the bin. I was like, do you know what? I bet having a vape right now would be great. It would just be great. It's a great nootropic, helps you focus, gives you a little bit of a pick me up. But I was just like,
does it?
I'm not a dirtbag. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Mate, caffeine, nicotine is like mad. It really helps you focus. Like it's such a strong like nootropic.
Oh, you're gonna make me want to start smoking?
Yeah, should we try it?
Yeah,
100%.
Having found out recently that I don't have a heart condition, I'm up for anything like that.
Yeah,
smoking, vaping. Ibiza.
We could rip so many vapes in Ibiza, mate.
Last weekend in September, yeah, that's when we're going to Ibiza. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to Ireland because I've got clients going for their WNBF Pro cards.
No, you're coming to Ibiza, mate.
Ireland could be like Ibiza. Anyway, next question, Tom.
Let's have a look. Mr. Dom Kirby.
Oh, hello
Dom. Would you rather have no more access to the internet or only eat bread and water forever? Would you rather have no more access to the internet ever or only eat bread and water forever?
We would not be able to do our jobs.
I'd eat bread and water, mate. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think I would actually go for bread and water. I'm just thinking of the things that I use for internet, and obviously Netflix and my job is the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Ooh, I don't know now. I don't know. I feel like food brings a lot more positives to life than the internet.
Positive, right? Yes,
because
yes.
Right. I'm thinking. Right. You could just be like, cool. All right, I'm gonna have to give up my career. I'm gonna have to find something else. I'm gonna have to move. You could like detach from the internet, and I think long term, mate, that'll probably be the best thing for a fucking human. It's just to like
Imagine.
not go on the internet.
Imagine.
Shit in the moment, because obviously you've got to give up what we're doing right now, which we love. But it's like you don't know. You could maybe stop all of that, do something else that doesn't require connecting to any. Maybe just come like a hippie, move to the woods, detach from like civilization. I don't know. I reckon it could be good.
All right, okay, I'm changing my answer.
Get out of the matrix. I'm picking no more internet.
Dom, great question, mate. Fantastic. No more internet.
Think about how present you could be with Annabella and your family.
Mate,
Enjoying some good meals. Yeah, mate, you would not give up your food. Come on, you're a proper foodie, you and Annabella.
yeah, I think
She'd
Annabella
leave you as well,
leave
mate,
me.
because
Yeah,
she's
she
not
would.
eating bread and water forever.
we both said that at the same time.
Yes.
Yes, she would.
Right, go ahead.
Advice for someone stepping on stage for the first time next year, Men's Physique Natty Boy. This entire podcast has been dedicated to that, Mr. KGE Fitness.
KGE Fitness, this is technically now your podcast. Congratulations.
Next question is also an easy one to answer. How does one become a top shagger? Any tips? Stephen_Jesse, one of my online boys, absolute frigging legend.
What defines you as a top shagger, though?
Mate, there's only one person that can answer this question anyway.
Why?
John Freelove.
Yeah, my guy John. John, we'll get you on the podcast, mate. You can talk about
Shagging. Being a top shagger.
Be a top shagger. Just go out and have fun with your mates. If you have fun with your mates, you don't actually go out looking for girls. Girls will come to you.
Yeah, buddy. That's it. Next question from Fitness with Wild. Will D. Sorry, mate. You are?
I think I've seen his name before.
Yeah, he's a fan of the poddy.
Okay.
What percentage of young guys coming up in the ranks are natty or versus enhanced in the UK?
I can't give you specific figures.
Do you know what, mate? Right, we are going to find out in the next 2 months. I think, right, I'm not being mean. The standard of PCA shows, the standard of Two Bros shows, in comparison to other years, have been a bit meh.
Yeah.
We've got 3 natural shows coming up. 4 if you include the MPA, which I've got a couple of people doing. And we are going to see the standard of natural bodybuilding. And from what I've seen, whilst I've been in the natural bodybuilding world, it has increased year upon year. So I don't know what the split is, but I know that the standard within natural bodybuilding versus enhanced is so much higher.
Do you know what I think it is? It's just passion for it.
Yeah.
To be a natural bodybuilder, like a committed natural bodybuilder, you've got to be so fucking passionate about it. And I feel like that definitely does reflect on stage. Like, for instance, when you did the Yorkshire show, I'm sorry, but it's no coincidence that all 3 winners of the, like, pretty much the high categories were natural.
Yeah.
Mad. Like, that's mental.
That is mad.
Like, you obviously you're world champion. But then you got Chris, he cleaned up there. He did very, very well. Again, another very, very passionate natural bodybuilder. Who else was there?
Jack Hattersley when he was
Hattersley. Jack Hattersley.
And then in
my
class, there was Gregor that came second.
Yeah, Gregor's sick as well.
Yeah. So, that was arguably one of the biggest PCA shows of the year. And
the Natties
Men's Physique was completely cleaned up by Natties. I know they're a Masters guy, but he were a bit shit in my eyes. You're all right, just not as good as the Natties.
There we go. Natties. If you could only pick 6 exercises for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Dumbbell lateral raises.
We've already done this, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Dumbbell lateral raises, bent over row, deadlift, leg press, chest fly, barbell bench press.
Hip hinge variation, so like deadlift or RDL. Pendulum squat. Leg extension. No. I don't know. Don't care.
You bloody little snob, you.
I'm too tired, bro. It's been a long day.
Bro, mate, Liverpool are on right now.
Van Dumbbell press.
I'm missing
Right.
the game.
Let's wrap this up then. So, board shorts, where to buy from, and how to predict sizing.
Alter appears to have no stock at all. No idea why. Ryan Terry's probably got bored of it. Varzo, in my eyes, look the best at the minute. The cut of the short looks great. The designs look fantastic. They are probably getting my vote over everyone else. I don't know who else there is actually.
Legacy's good. They've got some designs coming out soon as well, which do look very, very good. Which I do rate. Got the Power Rangers coming out. And then you've also got Tula, but Tula are just ridiculously expensive. You've got A Lightwear. You have to ship them in from like Spain, I think. But they've got some very nice designs.
Shit.
Tula, they're a bit dead, a little bit.
Unless Tula wants to sponsor the podcast, then Tula is so good.
Do you know how I see Tula? They're like the Chavy brand of men's physique.
Chav brand, mate.
Chav brand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in terms of sizing, mate, like I bought like 32 shorts near the start of my prep like an idiot, and then they ended up being like parachutes. So like at the end of the day, mate, I'd probably just like go probably like a size or two down.
Have you ever had your shorts
Tailored.
altered?
Yes.
I just think that is the best way of doing it.
Yeah. As long as you get your waist size right, get the legs tailored.
Yeah. Well, I got both. You can obviously like say you buy shorts for your first show and say they're a 30 waist. You can always just safety pin them to make them tighter. I've done that in the past and works fine.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit sketchy having like 8 safety pins on your shorts, but bodybuilding is an extreme sport, guys.
There we go. Last question. Biggest animal you could think you could take in a scrap?
Kangaroo.
Well, you've been around kangaroos, haven't you?
Yeah,
you've taken a few out in your lifetime, mate.
Yeah.
No comment. I would say a Galapagos tortoise.
Mate, you've got no chance. Them fuckers they'll snap you, pinch your arms and stuff.
Have you seen alligator and snapping turtles, mate? Oh my god, they got like mouths like a bear.
Alligators.
Alligator snapping turtle.
Oh mate, I've got a real thing for like animals and not a thing like that. All right, guys, calm down. But I could watch killer whales hunting seals or anything like that. I could watch it for hours.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sharks are sick.
Oh mate, sharks terrify me.
Mate, when I went to the Maldives, just drop that in there. There were so many sharks. So many sharks.
Have you seen that video of the guy in Egypt getting eaten by a shark?
Mate,
that's rough, mate.
Have you seen in Bondi Beach, like just someone got like basically chomped in half by a shark and like his body was just like floating around. I think I've got that on my phone. Shall I send it you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. I want to see that.
Oh, gross. How did we get onto that?
Just got asked about.
biggest animal. Okay. I reckon similar, like kangaroo. Like kangaroos are pretty tough, mate. Like, but I reckon I can have it.
Oh, mate, yeah. Provided like you can avoid the legs like booting you, you should be able to take a kangaroo.
They do have like talons, like claws, don't they, on their big legs?
Do you know? Oh, mate, do you know the pouches on a kangaroo?
Kick your stomach and your fucking intestines fall out.
Do you know the pouches on a kangaroo? This is an interesting fact for you. The kangaroo can't turn it inside out to clean it.
Right.
So when they put the joey in it, and the joey like shits in it, pisses in it.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine kangaroos stink.
Are they disgusting?
They are vile. Vile.
So when the joey like poos and wheezes in it, it stays in there as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can't get it out.
That's horrible.
So imagine like a shit just festering for like, 15 years and then the kangaroo dies.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad beating up a kangaroo now.
Yeah.
Is that how long they live for? Like 15 years?
Yeah, it might be longer. I don't know. Depends. I'm going to Google it.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Right, okay. Whilst you're Googling it, we have an Ian Talbot Balf.
Okay.
It's pretty fucked.
Lifespan. Mad. 8 years in the wild, 25 years under human care.
Under human care. What
like, yeah.
human wants to watch it?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ian.
Who would want to? Yeah. All right, Ian. Ian Talbot Balfe. He's back
Here we go.
with another Q. We're going to be training with him very soon. Hope you're excited, Tom. I know I am. I might get Sam down to record it.
Is the whole workout just going to be him hitting us?
Would you rather do this chest press or get or get eaten by a crocodile?
Crocodile, 100%.
Yeah. Right. The question is, also, it didn't go, hi, Josh, just to let you know, I've got a question for you for this week's podcast. It was just, out of the blue, would you rather stick your fingers up a clean man's bumhole or a shitty woman's bumhole?
A shitty woman.
It actually said shitty fat person.
Oh, we can't be
shitty fat person's bumhole.
Ian, this is a weak question, mate. You come back next week with something better. That's a weak question.
He says next week's question is a bit fucked, so don't judge me when you read it.
He's teasing us, mate. Do you know what? He's teeing up next week now. He's doing a tame one this week, so he's going to do a savage one next week.
Ian, this is the last ever podcast, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
I would. Yeah, but what if that person is a man as well? Like, would you rather choose a
no?
regular
It's a shitty woman.
Okay. Oh, woman.
You would rather?
Yeah.
I would go with a man.
I can wash off the shame and the
Annabella's
smell
just
from my
text
finger.
me saying, "Don't say." Oh, it's just time to hurry up.
Okay. Shut up, Annabella.
She just said, "Don't say this out loud, but hurry up."
Anyway, people, thank you very much for listening. Everyone that is competing very soon at the MBW Classic, good luck, because this will be the last podcast. No, it's not. It's not.
No, there's one more.
One more. Wow. In your preparations for that during peak week, good luck. And we will catch you in the next episode. And if you want to shop all in bodybuilding, you can use discount code BSB for the best bodybuilding arms in the game.
Yes, fam.
Peace out. Love you to bits. Bye-bye.
Bye.